Fire prevention, restaurant fire safety basics. Each year, approximately $250 million in direct property damage is caused by fires in about 8,000 eating and drinking locations. The majority of these fires could have been prevented by following the steps below. Almost 60% of restaurant fires involve cooking equipment, while smoking materials, electrical distribution, and lighting equipment are just under 10%. Rule number 1. Stay clean. Schedule regular cleaning and maintenance on electrical equipment. Be sure not to spray cleaning agents on any cords. Keep a close eye out for cracked power sources. Have your fire suppression system professionally inspected semi-annually. Have your exhaust system inspected for grease buildup. The National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, Fire Code calls for quarterly inspections of systems in high-volume operations and semi-annual inspections in moderate-volume operations. Clean up the grease. Cleaning exhaust hoods is especially important since grease buildup can restrict airflow. Be sure to also clean walls and work surfaces, ranges, fryers, broilers, grills and convection ovens, vents, and filters. Never throw water on a grease fire. Water tossed into grease will cause grease to splatter, spread, and likely erupt into a larger fire. Remove ashes from wood and charcoal burning ovens at least once a day. Store outside in metal containers at least 10 feet from any buildings or combustible materials. Make sure cigarettes are out before dumping them in a trash receptacle. Never smoke in or near storage areas. Store flammable liquids properly. Keep them in their original containers or puncture-resistant, tightly sealed containers. Store containers in well-ventilated areas away from supplies, food preparation areas, or any source of flames. Tidy up to avoid fire hazards. Store paper products, linens, boxes, and food away from heat and cooking sources. Properly dispose of soiled rags, trash, cardboard boxes, and wooden pallets at least once a day. Use chemical solutions properly. Use chemicals in well-ventilated areas and never mix chemicals unless directions instruct mixing. Immediately clean up chemical spills. Be prepared. Have an emergency plan. Be prepared to power down. Train at least one worker per shift how to shut off gas and electrical power in case of emergency. Have an evacuation plan. Designate one staff member per shift to be an evacuation manager. That person should be in charge of calling 911, determining when an evacuation is necessary, and ensuring that everyone exits the restaurant safely. Ensure your staff know where the closest exits are, depending on their location in the restaurant. Remember that the front door is an emergency exit. Offer emergency training. Teach new employees about evacuation procedures and the usage of fire safety equipment. Give veteran staff members a refresher course at least annually. If a fire breaks out in your restaurant, your staff must take control of the situation and lead customers to safety. This leads us on to fire extinguishers. Fire is composed of 4 components: fuel, oxygen, heat, and a chemical chain reaction. By removing one of these components, the fire will go out. Fire extinguishers are designed to do just that. Types of fires are separated into different classes based on the fuel source involved. Knowing the class of fire can help you choose the appropriate extinguisher. Classes are designated by a letter and a symbol. Class A, ordinary combustibles, paper, wood, plastics, and most trash. Class B, flammable liquids, gasoline, oil, and paint. Class C, electrical, motors, appliances, and transformers. Class D, metal, aluminum, sodium, and magnesium. Class K, cooking oils, animal and vegetable fats normally in a kitchen. If you discover a fire, follow the 3 A's. Activate the building's fire alarm system or call 911. Assist those who are in immediate danger or who are incapacitated. Do this without risk to yourself. Attempt to fight a fire after the first 2 steps have been completed. Always have an exit to your back in case you need to escape, and never attempt if there are heavy smoke conditions. Only use a fire extinguisher when the fire is contained and not spreading. If it is spreading, exit the building immediately. the extinguisher is readily available and you know how to use it properly. When you are sure there is a clear path for escape. Fire extinguishers are labeled to identify which class of fire it is appropriate for. Class A, B, C, D, or K, and instructions on how to use it. Fire extinguishers are located throughout the workplace and readily accessible in the event of a fire. If you do not know where they are located, ask the manager or supervisor on duty after watching this video. The class, quantity, and placement of fire extinguishers is determined by the potential size and type of fire that can occur in locations. To properly use a fire extinguisher, remember the acronym PASS. P. Pull. Hold the fire extinguisher firmly and pull the pin out. A. Aim. Aim the nozzle at the base of the fire. S. Squeeze. Squeeze the handle of the fire extinguisher. S. Sweep. Sweep back and forth at the base of the fire until the fire is out or the extinguisher has emptied. Do not fight the fire if you don't have adequate or appropriate equipment. If you don't have the correct type or a large enough extinguisher, it is best not to try fighting the fire as you might inhale toxic smoke. When synthetic materials such as the nylon in carpeting or foam padding in a sofa burn, they can produce hydrogen cyanide, acrolein, and ammonia in addition to carbon monoxide. These gases can be fatal in very small amounts. Your instincts tell you not to. If you are uncomfortable with the situation for any reason, just let the fire department do their job. The final rule is to always position yourself with an exit or means of escape at your back before you attempt to use an extinguisher to put out a fire. In summary, remember the following. Actions to take when a fire is discovered. The 3 A's. Activate, assist, attempt. Use a fire extinguisher when the fire is contained and only when it is safe to do so. To operate a fire extinguisher, pass, pull, aim, squeeze, sweep.